Hello, my friends. My name is Stephane Page, and I'm here with my wife, as you can see in the picture, and we're delighted to spend some time with you today and share with you the business model we've developed using online strategies. And we're going to talk about that, and I hope you find the information very helpful, and looking forward to see if we can help you in any way. So we found a book a few years ago called Quit Like a Millionaire, and here's the subheadline that you see here. It's Stop Working, Start Living. This is a movement that what I've seen is that over the years, people are more and more concerned with their quality of life more than they are about their work. And actually, the people who wrote the book are behind this movement called FIRE. And FIRE, in their term, means financial independence, retire early. So all that they're doing is these are people who are in their 20s, basically saving enough for retirement so they don't have to worry about retirement anymore. And now they're building to live a great lifestyle now. They don't want to enjoy life later. They want to enjoy life now. And I remember many years ago, my grandfather, he used to be in a generation where working hard was something good. They were proud of that. And still today, people should be proud of their work. But at the same time, I see that a lot of people are more concerned about their quality of life than they are about basically working really, really hard. So I'm a Canadian. I'm a French Canadian. So I live in the mountains up in Canada, and my business traditionally was a business where I was renting snowmobiles. So I had people coming from around the world, traveling, coming here, going in the mountains for a couple days, and we would organize these tours. It was a great business, but the thing is, I was working all the time because on the weekends when the kids were off, guess what I was doing? I was at work because that's when people come and rent snowmobiles. So I was working a long, lots of hours, and I felt the need for me to actually create a better life for myself, but also for my family. And we wanted to spend more time with our kids. So this was a couple of years ago. My kids were pretty young, and my wife and I just we were making good living. The kids were not in bad situations, but we just wanted to spend more time with them. So that was our big driver. And one of the things we love to do is to adventures. We love travel. We love outdoor activities. We love all of this. And so as much as I love the success and all of these things, it's the little things that you can do every day that totally changes your life. That's what I was really looking forward to. So talking about creating a better lifestyle, creating a better life for yourself, not just in retirement, but now, early on, what do? Now, there's 3 secrets I discovered over the years, and here they are. So the first one is how to earn more and more by working less and less. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Secret number 2. Is work from anywhere through social networks. Technologies allow us to do a lot of things today, and we're going to talk about this in a minute. And then the last one is propel yourself because of trends. So if you're working against trends, you're going to be working more and more every single year. So you got to make sure that you're in front of the large trends. So talk about secret number 1, how to earn more and more by working less and less. Here's what I found. Most people work more and more, and they earn less and less. This is exactly what's going on. And the reason, there's a good reason for this, and let me show you. And it's not necessarily your fault that this thing is happening. Here's what's going on in the marketplace. And when you understand this is crazy because you're going to start to understand that it's not just because you're not able to work as much as you want or create the income you want. It's also a fact of the economy. There's a decrease in buying power. And we look at 1989 to 2019. Here's what was happening. The white line is salaries and how salaries increased over the years. And the yellow one is how the cost of living has increased. Now, inflation. So basically, as you can see here, it's starting to create a bigger and bigger gap as we're growing. So what's happening is you are working more and more, and your dollars, your money is able to buy less and less things. And that is also a reason why today, both women and wife have to work. They both have to be in the workforce trying to make ends meet. And on top of that, many people actually have to take a second job to be able to create the lifestyle they want for their family and pay the bills. So this is a big problem right now. So when you're thinking, well, what is the problem with me? It's not necessarily just the problem with you. The fact is there's also economic factor that influence this. This is a crazy graph. I looked at this a couple of years ago, and I wanted to bring this up to you. These are the cost of goods and services over the years and what they represented in 1975, so the cost of those items, versus what they would normally represent in 2015, so a few years ago, if they were based on the 1975 cost. So what they should actually be, and this is the reality of what it was in 2015. So you look at a house, $48,000 in 1975, it should have been, through the normal inflation, it should be at $209,000, but it actually is $270,000. That's the average house, cost of a house. Look at a car, $3,800 to $16,000. That's what it should be, but it has been $31,000. Now, some items actually decreased. You look here, postage stamp from 13 cents to 57 to in 2015 was 49 cents. So it actually decreased. But these are small items in your big budget, right? So when you look at your family budget, the items that cost you the most actually increase the most. So when we're talking about the middle class disappearing, well, here you go. And here are some of the reasons that these things are happening. Now, let me tell you about a pretty revealing graph right here. We're talking about the millennials, the Gen X, and the boomers, okay? So the boomers, you can see that 28% of them have virtually no retirement at all. Gen X, this is my generation, have 29% of them have no retirement. Actually, nothing set aside for retirement. And the millennials, 42%. Okay, so the oldest millennials, and that was just a few years ago, was 34. I think they're 38, 39 now. So what's happening is as you're turning 40, you're approaching to be 40, and you have 42% of them have no retirement, and actually 29% have less than 10,000 in retirement. So that's basically 70% of the population who are turning around the age of 40 have no retirement whatsoever. What does that mean? Because now you're looking at this and you say, okay, how do I change this? What do I do? How fast can I do this? Here's a concept that probably many of you have heard sometime, maybe when you were younger, maybe you heard that recently, but it's called a financial concept called compound interest. So compound interest is where your principal, so your capital, your money that you invest, you create interest on them. And so those interests you reinvest back with the capital, and you keep investing like this over time, and it multiplies. Okay. So if you're using that to your advantage over time, that can create a small fortune. So an example, if you're 25 years old and you begin here to put some money aside and let that, increase with interest, and you keep reinvesting, after, when you get around retirement age, you're going to have $1.5 million in the bank, where if you invest a certain amount of money each month. So that's what's going to happen after all these years. Now, if you just postpone this like 10 years, you start 10 years later, that's not that big. All right. When we talk about the millennials around 40 years old, all right, they're getting to 40 years old, they have no retirement. So that's more than 10 years. But let's just look at 10 years, what it represents. This would represent basically half the money at retirement. So this is a major problem. So what do people do? They're facing that and they're thinking, okay, what is my solution? What is my alternative? How do I make more money? How do I make more money more quickly right now? Well, here's the way we earn income. Okay, one of the ways to earn income is that you exchange your time for a certain rate, an amount of money per hour that you invest. Okay, that's how we create an income. So people are going to be looking for other ways to create income, and they're going to add another job, a side gig. So a side gig could be selling stuff on Amazon, could be driving an Uber, could be online and affiliate marketing, right? It could be freelancing. So you offer some services to other companies. And so basically you're doing these things to create more income. But here's the challenge. Again, you're still exchanging your time for money. Okay, so maybe your rate per hour could be higher, but you're still exchanging time for money. And this is a bad deal because time is limited. Money is not. You can create as much as you want, but time is limited. So if you want financial freedom, and you want to live life now, and you want to create a lifestyle, a better one, you better look for ways to do a different scenario. And let me show you another scenario. There's one that a lot of people have never used, have never really learned about it, or don't know how to implement it. And it is this one, where income is your rate multiplied by time multiplied by leverage. What do I mean by leverage? Let me show you in traditional businesses. You look at Starbucks, you look at McDonald's, all right? What do? Well, they open a restaurant, and that restaurant was very successful. The next thing they did is they decided to expand the restaurant, but instead of growing it in one location, they expanded across the globe. And now they are driving income from thousands of locations around the world. That's a leverage scenario. Now you're thinking, how can me, little old me, like myself, living up in the mountains in Quebec and Canada, how can I do this? How can I implement this? This is kind of out of my reality. Okay, well, let me show you how to do this with online tools, online systems, because quite frankly, today, all of you have probably a smartphone, maybe a laptop, a tablet, and you're surfing on social media, you're doing these things. And while you're doing these things, you could actually create a legacy for yourself. And you have no idea how. But I'm going to show you some ideas that you can implement right now. Now, how do you do this in the online world? Okay, how do you create this thing here? Well, there's a concept called growth hacking. Growth hacking is simply a new field, I would say, in marketing that you'll find startup companies that need to get a lot of customers very quickly on a very small budget. Okay, and it kind of looked like what you guys need and what we all need, right? We want to create a lot of customers, a lot of income in a very short period of time because time is running against us. And what you'll see is companies like Dropbox, Facebook, Airbnb, Twitter all use what they call this growth hacking marketing strategy. And it's just a way for them to grow very, very fast. Now, let me show you examples. Like this is Uber, and on the Uber app, when you look inside, there's been a button and they change it all the time, like, you know, how you access it. But here's what they have is free rides. You click on it and you can share an Uber link with your friends. Your friend get on Uber and you get a free ride. Okay, so you can get discount by sharing the app with other people. That's how this thing become viral. This is how it creates a growth momentum, in growing their own business. Look at Dropbox. Now, Dropbox did this really well. What they did is they offered free storage when you invite friends to join Dropbox. Quite amazing, but it worked really, really well. Now, many years ago, I remember Hotmail. Hotmail had a signature at the bottom, and it said, get your free email at Hotmail. And that grew Hotmail without advertising to a company where at some point they were able to sell it for over $400 million to Microsoft. Gmail used a invite strategy where you can only create a Gmail account if you were invited by someone. It created basically a growth, a growth within this organization, within this company that was unheard of without really advertising. So all these companies have done is they figure out a way where an individual can tell a couple people, who tell a couple people, who tell a couple people, and eventually you've got thousands, if not millions of people using your product or your service without you having to be out there promoting it. Okay, that's kind of the scenario here. Now, because of you actually, you created a chain, a reaction, a snowball effect that impacted these companies that made them billion-dollar giants. How much did you earn on that? Zero. Nothing. Maybe they offered you a free ride. Maybe they offered you some free cloud space, or things like that. But it's small compared to the billions of dollars that they generate because of your own efforts. Now, there is a way. All right, most people, there's a way where most people, like yourself, are surfing the web. You're on social media. And there's a way that we can show you how to find people who are looking for specific products and services. And by you connecting those people to the source, you earn not only on your own connections, but the connections of their connections, and so on. And then you can work from home or from anywhere in the world with an internet connection and create a business that can grow exponentially. Now, some people may say, oh, but I don't want to be bugging my friends and my family. Right? I don't know if that ever happened to you, right? Well, you don't. You don't have to do that. You don't have to bug your friends and family. As a matter of fact, if you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. There are millions of people online looking for what you have right now, and we'll show you how to find them in a very easy, simple way. All right? So the model, and what I'm referring to here is the model that we use to create this snowball effect has been in use for many years. But the challenge is not the model, because the model works. It would be like saying compound interest doesn't work. It does work. If you don't apply it properly, it doesn't work. It can actually work against you. But if you learn to do it properly, it can work like crazy. And so we're going to show you how to do that. But you shouldn't have to be able to convince people or twist an arm or a leg, right? You should simply be what I call an information tour guide. That's how I have built my business. And I'm going to show you an example here, a visual example of how I do this. Okay. This is a group of people. I was, basically building a business in Asia, and I still am. And so all I do is I have this board, and on this board, all I'm doing is I'm moving people who actually said, hey, tell me more. I'm interested. I want to know more. So good. So I show them what we have, the products we have, or the business model we have, and I show them how it works. I guide them to videos and information that we have on social media. So I show them, say, hey, just check it out. They say, hey, I'm interested. Tell me more. Boom. I move them to another step. I want more details. Good. Okay, I've seen this. Tell me more about your product. So I move them through these columns, these steps, until I eventually get someone on board. Someone says, hey, I'm in. Or someone along the process says, oh, this is not for me. And that's fine. I'm not here to convince people. There are millions of people. Actually, over 2 billion people are on Facebook right now. So what if there was a way to reach out to the people who are actually looking, and you just move them through information? And some of those that say yes, boom, they're in. And here's what it looks like in reality. This is how I build my team. So I find someone, these are names of people, and they're small. You'll understand in a minute why I've put this graph here. But these are people I find someone, and then the next person I place them below. The next person I place them below. The next person I place them below. And I keep building. And some of them start to work and start to do this exact same thing. They're on social media, find a couple people, send them information. Some of them join. So they start to build their team as well. So I work with them. That's all we do. We just move people through the process. Okay? And then what happened? Here's what happened. Boom. I find this person. And this person just explodes a big team. And when that happens, a huge organization has been built, and now I can decide to either retire, enjoy life, or build another one. I just build another team. And that's what I chose to do. So I've been building multiple teams like that. And so in this process, as you can see, I don't have to convince people. I don't have to, seduce them by manipulation or all of these things, or do some brainwashing, whatever. I'm just using strategies that Facebook and Twitter and Dropbox and all of these people have done. And I'm finding people who want the product services I offer. I connect them to the information. They want more information. I connect them to more, to the point where they say yes or no. And once they say yes, I work with them and we repeat the exact same process. That's how it should be done. That's how business should be done. I used to rent snowmobiles, I told you earlier. Did I have to convince people to rent my snowmobile? No. Did I have to go to my family and my friends and beg them to please come and rent a snowmobile? No. Why should we do this here? No. So we're just going to show you how to do it in a simple way. Now, in my case, it allowed me to do the things I love the most, which is travel, meet people, learn about different cultures. And one of the things I like to do is, because you're creating success, sometime, if you want to, that's what I like to do, is they invited me. Right? In 2015, we opened South Korea. So I was there. I went on stage. Now, some people don't like the stage. That's fine. You don't have to do that. But they invited me because they wanted me to teach them some key principles and some, tactics and trainings and things that I've learned over the years. So I'm happy to go there. But you know what? These are friends. So the people who are there are my friends. And now I get off stage, and next thing is we go to restaurants together, we go visit, and we have fun. And so I've made friends around the world, and we've got teams in multiple countries, and that's what we do for a living. Now, a lot of people enjoy this business for multiple different reasons. Now, some of my friends love to go fishing. Some love to stay home with their kids. Some love to go help some charity organizations. Some love to lay on the beach and just enjoy work on their laptop and cell phone. Some others, it's adventures. Some of others like to, just provide back or help their family. So there's multiple reasons why people do this. And you can do it at any level you choose. Most people start part-time. Some decide to do it full-time. Some others continue part-time. Here's the average income chart. And basically what it says is that depending on how many months you're in the business, here are this is the average time it takes to reach the different levels. Okay. So in our case, it takes 7 months to reach the senior vice president level. Okay. And it took us 1 month. We just did it faster. So what I'm telling you is there are people who are going to take longer. Some people will never do anything. All right. It's fine. For us, we just move very fast. It takes normally 12 months to reach senior officer, this is the average annual income. And so it took us 3 months basically to do that. Now, I told you we went fast, but here's what happened. It took us almost 4 years to reach that level, which is normally not even 2 years for the average person. Why did it take longer? Because when you get to a certain point and you start to enjoy life, we kind of slowed down a little bit and cruised and enjoy life. And that's what we did. And so that's what happened. And then the last level at 32 months, it took us 4 years and 4 months to reach that. And now we're just helping our friends climb those ranks, just create a better lifestyle. And that's what we do. So now I need to give you some house rules. My results are not typical, okay, and should not be expected, okay? I've thrown some big numbers at you. I showed you the charts. I showed you all of this. And I've told you that I've built a big business, been in Asia, and I've done all of this. My results are not even remotely typical. It took me several years for me to fail and fail and fail. Fortunately, my teams don't have to go through the same trouble. But still, it took me a lot of time, right? And so it's been a long journey for me. So it doesn't happen overnight. So while I may be able to teach you what I've done to build, my business and especially, building it on social media and all of that, then I can give you a roadmap and show you what to do with it. The results that you get are completely up to you. And I actually hope that you surpass my levels of success, as several of my team members actually have. I'm not going to remotely suggest that and claim that you're actually going to make money with this. Okay? So I want to be quite frank with you, because in the end of the day, it's very safe to assume that the vast majority of people who actually watch a training session like this and maybe buy books or courses will actually never get any kind of results or make any money at all. Okay, so I want to be really clear with you, because a lot of people sometimes they promise you're going to make a fortune, you're going to be multimillionaires, you should do this. Not really. You can. Can you? Absolutely. It's doable. You saw the average income chart. But unfortunately, most people who buy a program like that, or like they decide to work with us, or they buy any other training or whatever, they'll actually end up doing nothing. And the reason that's happening is because this is the same reason that people will buy a treadmill and they'll never use it. Okay? They want the end result, but at the end of the day, they're simply not willing to put in the work or the time and the mastery to actually make it happen. And so obviously here you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. All right? Now, if you're still here after my little rant, okay, because I think it's important for me to go over these concepts, because the last thing I want is for you to imagine that this is a get-rich-quick thing. It's not. It's going to require work. What I found is it takes 3 things to succeed. 1, primarily, is you need to know what to do. Number 2 is you need to actually know how to do those things. And number 3 is you need to do it. That part I don't control. But I control what to do and how to do it. And we can teach you. And we can walk you by the hand. But are you going to take action? And if you're the kind of person who decides and take action, great. We're going to do well. We're going to have fun. Okay? So that's what this is all about. And I want to make sure that it's clear on you before we move forward further. Okay? All right. So let's go. Secret number 2, work from anywhere through social networks. Today, everybody or almost everybody's on social network. And there's strategy that we're going to teach you that you can find an abundance of people to connect with that want to get information on what you're doing here. So it is becoming harder and harder for big businesses to actually compete today because small and personal is the new economy. People love to do business with people they know, like, and trust. All right. And so you guys have an advantage that the big corporations don't, and we can use that. I told you about Hotmail and you've got mail. Well, the reason I'm referring back to this here today is because technology has evolved, just like your job evolves. Companies, strategies evolve. So if the situation you're in right now is not getting you the results you want, the life you want, then change. You need to change. If you're not evolving, you're going to be left behind. So you have to look at these things and say, okay, am I where I want to be? And if I'm not, are you willing to change? Okay. And that's what happened to, these companies. And you look at the, emails. Well, this is the growth of emails over the years. Okay. And already by 2007, by 2007, social media had already surpassed the use of emails. Time changes. There are people who are just left behind because they're not ready to adjust. And today, if you look at what we're doing, is everybody's on social media. That's how we connect. That's how we communicate. So wouldn't it make sense to be able to build a business using social media? And with your laptop, your cell phone, your pad, you can be anywhere and you can run your entire operation, your entire thing, and really enjoy life. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're going to teach you because our strategies are built around this. And it's simple. Okay. It's not complex. It's not technical. It's not like the high technique type of thing. What you're going to find is the principles and the strategies we use are things that you probably already do on social media. We're just going to show you how to, instead of spending time aimlessly searching or surfing on social media, you're going to start to make money with that. So, secret number 3, propel yourself because of trends. Okay? I told you earlier, if you're behind the trends, if you're not following the trends, you can work harder and harder every year for the same amount of money because the trends are driving against you. So you got to be surfing the wave. That's the key. Okay? And I'm going to give you an example here. Like Microsoft was the king of search engine for years. And then they were very busy trying to keep Yahoo out of their game. They were focused on Yahoo and Yahoo was focused on Microsoft and they were trying to compete and gain market share until something happened that they didn't see coming, Google. To the point that now it's even a term. You can't find something, you say, Google it. Okay? This is what's going on here, is we are, the world is changing. And so make sure you look at your situation, you're adjusting to the marketplace. And today the marketplace is where we are. We talked about leverage. We talk about compound interest. Well, what if you had compound marketing working for you? While you're at work, you're sleeping, you've got an army of people connecting on social media through multiple countries around the world. Because you initiated a work, you initiated a conversation with someone that led that person to someone else, that led that person to someone else, and eventually you've got people around the world connected through you on which you were able to create an income. That's the key to create growth, hyper growth. Look at Blockbuster many years ago in 2010, just completely died. Okay? And by that year, that's when Netflix started to grow. They just didn't know how to adjust. That's what's happening. If you're a taxi driver and you haven't seen Uber or these mobile apps that allow you to, get a ride, well, you're not adjusting. You need to adjust to the world. You need to adjust to what's happening. So in our field, in our industry, in the business we're in, there's this company called RX, and that company was virtually not known, and there's tens of thousands of those similar type of companies around the world that some have been in existence for 20, 30, 40 years. And you know what happened is after 4 years, out of the tens of thousands of those companies, we already ranked number 97th of the top companies around the world. And by this year, by the year 2020, we ranked number 35 on that list. So this company is growing leaps and bounds. This is just really, really growing fast. So let me show you here the Bill of Rights. So the Bill of Rights is basically a chart that protects you. It's a contract that you sign with the company that gives you protection. That if the company decides to change things on you, you can, refuse. There are certain things that basically protects you, so you can will your business to your children if you want one day. Founders Club is for people who built a market and really helped the company grow. The company can allow you to become a Founders Club member where you share the profits and also the major decisions with the owners. Patent pending is the compensation structure we have is patent pending because it's so good. We have things in place that no other companies has that makes the compensation also very well balanced, where the beginners, the middle range, where people go from part-time to full-time to the big incomes, there's a great balance so that a lot of people make money if they're in those different levels. And then loyalty programs, which to the point that these programs are so good that personally I keep wanting to use the product. I want to keep using the products because I got so much rewards on the back end with different things like travel, one of the things I love to do, which basically the products cost me nothing. At some point, that's the possibility for a lot of people. So let's look at the products. Understand that there's a product strategy every company embraces, and it has to do with what they want to do in the marketplace and how they want to position themselves. So Apple Computer many years ago was called Apple Computer until they decide that they're going to be called Apple, because they realize that if we don't diversify, if we just remain computers, we're going to remain small. We got to diversify. We got to create multiple strategies of different product lines. So that's what they decided to do. Starbucks did the same with Starbucks coffee. They were known as the coffee company. And then next thing you know, they became Starbucks. Well, the company we were with, I told you it's RX. Well, RX is a house of brands. That's what we do. We're not known for just one thing. We're known for the multiplication of these different brands, and I'll show you the umbrella that we created of all these different brands in a very specific niche. So I think you'll really, really appreciate that. But first, I need to show you something. This is the iPod, and as you know, the iPod became very successful years ago when Steve Jobs launched the iPod. What he did is he took music and all the cassettes or CD or all of that and put them in basically put all of those, like you could have thousands of cassette tapes and all of those combined and put them in a small little device and that you can carry with you with thousands of songs. Okay, that's what they did. That's what they did here. Now, here's what we did in a completely different field. We took a huge reverse osmosis system that would be behind your sink to clean water, to purify water, to make sure that that water is actually clean from contaminants, bacteria, viruses, and all of that. And we shrink that whole machine into a small, little, portable filter. And so here's what it looks like. It's a pretty cool bottle with that filter in it, and you can carry that bottle with you around the world, drink clean water whenever you go somewhere. So basically, even if you're home or wherever you are, you're able to have access to clean water. I don't know if you see how large of a market this is. There are people around the world are now talking about the problem with our water system and how we're not getting access to the clean water that we used to. And so it's a big concern. Even the big corporations have launched many brands of bottled water, which on the other side is you're putting plastic in, on the earth, which is really bad for the environment. Well, with this one, you can filter basically the equivalent of 400 small plastic bottles. So that's 60 gallons of water that it's going to filter. So very useful. That's one of the products we have. That's one of the technologies we have. So I talked to you about the trends. I'm going to talk to you about 3 of the technologies we develop. We have more than that, but I'm going to talk about 3 of those today. So that's one of those, and you can have that bottle anywhere you go. Very useful. Another one, technology that we develop is these drops that you put under your tongue for a few seconds. And what's going to happen is it's going to help rebalance your hormone level and help you get your body into a fat burning stage, right? So that your body now rebalances, because that's one of the challenges we have today is sometimes we're going to go on a diet, try to lose weight. But the problem is we're not rebalancing our hormones. We're craving, and the experience of losing weight is terrible. It's very tough. Now, these drops, we call them liquid discipline because they help you burn fat in a very, very simple way. And so you just follow the program and you start to lose the weight. And you have to eat properly as well. Okay, we're going to show you what to eat, what not to eat. But basically, it would be the same as if you're trying to lose weight without the drops, but the drops will make them so much easier. So some people just want to cut. Some other people want to lose a lot of weight. And I'm going to run through these pictures very, very quickly, just so you see the transformation. You can look at their faces. Look at their body, look at their eyes, like how much confidence they gain. I mean, it's incredible. Laura was, just got babies and couldn't lose the extra weight, and she lost it right here. And you have Tim, you got my brother. You look at the belly, like 15 pounds in 28 days. Steven is a real estate guy. Tim, one of my buddies, 35 pounds, his wife. I mean, look at that, 15 pounds in 8 weeks. My other friend, Marcus, 62 pounds. Lisa is in a wheelchair. She's a paraplegic. She can't exercise, and she got on the program and lost weight without exercise. I'm not saying exercise is not good. I'm just saying that if you were within your, I would say 10, 15 pounds of your ideal weight, fine, go exercise. After that, it's too much. It's putting pressure on your joints, and it's really hard. Look at his face, how far the belly goes in front of him, and look here. I mean, the guy lost 170 pounds in 12 months. Like, totally changed his life. Okay, so these are some of the products we have. Michael, his friends said, hey, was it a boy or a girl? I mean, people were joking with them. But this is the kind of technology we have here. Look at the skincare industry. How many people are out there getting Botox surgery and all kinds of things to really look younger, to feel better, to gain more confidence, right? To just be proud of who they are and how they feel. And so there's a huge market out there for people who are looking for slowing down the aging process and helping in some way to repair some of the damages. Like, look at their skin. Now, this mask, I'm showing you that what they used is a mask that was basically developed in surgeries when they applied that on the skin to help heal the surgery. And then when they took off the mask, which is a small pellicule, you apply it on the skin, it leaves a small little print, a filled print right on your skin, and it stays there. And you can, you stay like that, at night, basically. So in the morning, you just peel it off, okay? And it doesn't, go away or whatever in your bed, or it's very, very useful to use at night. And so in the morning, you take it off, and next thing you know is your skin has now turned into a more younger looking skin. And it's going to address many, many skin issues. Like, look at acne, you look at scars, look at lines, wrinkles. These people have gotten incredible results with this. So it's very useful to use, simple actually. And so these are parts of our house of brands. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to just put right here. Okay. So these are the different brands we have. So Nutrify is our supplement brand. This is the weight loss brand. Limo is energy drink, clean, healthy, nothing bad for your health. The Purity line is all about clean water, clean air, and clean home. Revive is a personal care line. These two lines are more like, this one is more therapeutic, and this one is more clean, very gentle skincare that helps with lines, wrinkles, and looking younger. These are essential oils. So we got all of these products so that you can find something, and there's people around you who are already consuming these type of products. And here's the thing. Many years ago, most people were out there buying all kinds of products. But today you go to the grocery store and you're going to have aisles of organic food. This is a huge market. People are looking for clean product. And this is exactly the field that we're in. Now, you can't lose with our company, and the reason you can't is because with this company, when you spend money on products, you can actually save back money on other programs. So I'm going to give you an example with travel. I love to travel, so I bought into this travel program. And so when I go online and I search for the best price for a hotel, for example, and we have cruises, we have car rental, we have all these things. So the best public price online, the best one from all the discount websites, it's going to be $2,100 for this hotel, for example. And on the platform, every time I spend money on products, they put that same amount like points, but they put that same amount in an account, in a rewards account. So that if I spend $100 or over time, let's say $1,200 or $1,500, I have $1,500 in my rewards bank. So when I go to my travel platform, they say here it's $2,100, the price right here. But what's happening is you're able to get a discount of $1,200 if you have it in your rewards bank. So I have $1,500, perfect. They put it there, and basically my cost is $883 for this one. This one, like you see, $254. This one is $400 on an $800 price. So the prices are quite incredible. So it gets you to save a lot of money. So the money you spend on the products, you're able to recoup a big part of them because of these rewards programs. So if you love this, you love diamonds, we got all kinds of rewards programs. So there's no way that you can lose money with this company. So our goal is to give you freedom, is to allow you to live your life the way you want. And so for that, we have multiple programs, multiple strategies to help you do that. And we're going to give you the training and the tools to accomplish that. So how do we do this? Well, there's training programs for the products. So you want to learn more about the products. You want to get all the PDF documents, the videos, and all of that. So we got a training program, and we value it at $97. So the prices I'm giving you here are examples. That's not what you're going to pay. But I'm giving you the value of all of these tools. So you can go online and learn about all the products. You got all the videos and all the training on each one of them. We also have a back office platform where you can run your entire business from there. Okay, you log in and you can see your team grow. You can see your customers. You can see the volume. You see how much they pay you. Every week they deposit, transfer to your bank account. You got links to websites you can send to people. And so that is at least worth $297. For just the training plus the online platform, we're already talking about almost $400 right there. You got websites, your own personal website. You don't have to design any website. They're done for you. It's worth at least $500. It's actually worth a lot more, but let's say it's $500. So we're already close to $1,000 of value right here. We also have an app, a mobile app. So you're on the go. Wherever you are, you can run your entire business from the mobile app. You can connect to your back office. You can send a custom link to someone because they want, let's say, the water bottle, and they say, hey, I want to order that. You create a smart link. You send it to them. They click. They purchase. Boom, it's connected to your account. You can run your entire business from there. $397. I don't know if you had tried to develop an app. It costs you thousands of dollars. So $397 is a steal, but that's what it is here. So then we have training websites for our team. So we build those so that you guys know exactly step by step how to run your business. So you're not out there trying to figure out how to do stuff. You're going to watch a video, you go, you implement it. And then you come back, you move to level 2. You go, learn, implement, come back, level 3. And you unlock each level so that you're progressing at your own pace. Okay, so that's how we do it. And then we got group coaching and training. We got webinars. We got stuff just to make sure you're not by yourself trying to figure out everything. You got all the support and the training that we offer. And people just love these things. So $100 for the training is a steal, right? But still, that's not what you're going to pay. We also have a 7-day customers challenge. So we show you how to use social media to find customers. Okay, and you just apply. Day one, my wife and I recorded a video and we say, okay, tomorrow, here are your 3 tasks. Here's what you do. You're going to go here, go there, do this, do that. You implement, you come back. Okay, day 2, then day 3, day 4. And you just do that so that at the end of 7 days, you learn how to build your business using social media in a very simple way. Is it worth $197? I think it's worth a lot more. Personally, I spent several thousands of dollars just to learn what we're teaching in all of these trainings. Okay, so if you add up all the cost of these things, so videos plus PDF of product training, you got your online management system, you got online stores with website, you got the RX Connect app, you got the step-by-step team training, so you learn how to build your business step-by-step, you got 7-day challenge on social networks, you got all of these. This is worth $1,500, $1,588 for all of these things. And here, how much is it going to cost you? Let me show you. We're talking about $39.95. That's US. If you're in other markets, it varies a little bit. Like in Canada, it's maybe $10 more, so close to $50. So every market is a little different. But for this price, plus your choice of products. Okay, so these are two things you need to do. Is you say, plug me in. It's a one-time fee. You don't pay every year. It's one time. You choose the products you want. Yeah, you're not like, you don't get a pack that it's pre-built or whatever. You choose what you want. Okay, go pick the products you want, and then you can start today. So virtually, if you do this now, you go to the person who referred you here. Like, think about this. Like, is this serious? I hope you get the picture. Go to the person who referred you here. Tell them, I want in, or you want more information, or maybe you just want to try some of our products and want to learn more about them. We'll be happy to share that with information with you. We're not here to try to, again, to convince you or whatever. We're looking for people who are convinced, who are serious, and we just build a team with them. And we just go find another person, build a team with them until this group explodes, and we go and build another one. That's how we build our teams. So if you want to participate in that, we're going to show you step by step how to do this, because our success is based on yours. So the only two things: get started, choose your products. Choose as many products as you want. Okay, the more the better, because you get to familiarize yourself with more products. So it's easier for you to say, hey, I've tried this one, it was great, I love this one, I love that. So that is my suggestion, but it's up to you. So this is the next step, is get started, go back to the person who referred you here and tell them, are you ready to get started right now? You're an A or you're a B? You need more information. Maybe you have questions, you're not sure. Okay, you just need more information. Perfect, we'll be happy. Usually at this point, people want to know more about the products. Fine, we'll give you more information. Okay, no pressure, just take your time. If we have to convince you now, we're going to have to convince every day for you to work. We don't want that. We want people who are self-convinced and ready to get going. So that's how we roll here. And maybe number 3 is you say, hey, I want to be a customer. That's what I want to be. So perfect. Let the person know, I'd like to learn more about your products because there's this or that interests me, and show me the rest. We'll be happy to do that. So with that being said, go back to the person who referred you. Let them know you're A, absolutely. B, maybe I have some more questions. Or C, I'd like to get some products or learn more about your products to become a customer. And we'll be happy to serve you. And we look forward to build in this new economy together, because times are exciting, times are changing, and we'd love to help you change and adjust and start a business that can offer you the lifestyle you want, so that you can do the things you like, and we can do that together, and we'll walk you through the steps. So I hope to see you on the next step, on the other side, where we get you started with your training. And I can start today.